Welcome back, everybody. It's Untap Your Go, and today we are going to be playing Jeskai Dragoons in Historic. So this is a deck built around VELOMACHUS Lorehold, which honestly, it's not actually built around him. He's the inclusion, but we're going to discuss. VELOMACHUS Lorehold is a 7-mana 5/5 Elder Dragon with Flying Vigilance Haste. Whenever it attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library and may cast an instant or sorcery with mana value less than or equal to his power from among them without paying its mana cost. Unbelievable magic card. Like, if I had all 4 copies, I would play it. I probably could craft one more for the video, but I'm not going to be honest. This guy is ridiculous, though. It just tops into Time Warp, and that's ridiculous. Like, just take extra turns. That's cool. Top into Sweltering Suns, so you get to just deal 3 damage to each creature. And even if you don't have VELOMACHUS to top into this, you can just play this. It also cycles. It's the reason I'm playing this over Draconic Intervention. Draconic Intervention is probably just the better sweeper, considering that we're playing mostly dragons in the deck. But just the versatility of this being a draw spell, it's cheap. You can cast it early when you need to, whether you have VELOMACHUS or not. And we're basically just trying to ramp up with treasure tokens with Magda. Tapping this is going to generate some treasures for us. And it's also going to give us instant speed interactions where we can occasionally sacrifice 5 treasures and just search our library for an Embercleave and just win the game out of nowhere. Or tutor our library for VELOMACHUS if we want to start taking turns, or a Grasso-Defeo Dragon if we just need a hasty threat to be able to close out the game. As alongside Glorybringer, which is another new inclusion to the deck, a 5-mana 4/4, flying in haste. It's not a new card, but I just added it to the deck. I don't know why I said new inclusion. I just recently crafted it because I realized that Glorybringer is just disgusting. It's so good. Flying haste 4/4, when you attack, you can exert it, and if you do, it deals 4 damage to a defending creature, non-dragon, that your opponent controls. And it's very narrow. I mean, non-dragon comes up, but it's like how often are you actually going to be playing against a lot of dragons? The only thing this doesn't really kill is another Glorybringer or a Goldspan Dragon. Those are like the 2 common dragons you're playing against. The rest of the deck is basically just an Izzet spells. We're only splashing the white for Lorehold in the main deck, and the rest of the deck is Izzet. So we have Brazen Borrowers and Bonecrusher Giants for early interaction, as well as having creatures to just beat our opponent's face down in the mid to late game. These are just fantastic inclusions for the deck. They need, like, this deck needs a lot of card advantage. Like, it doesn't have a whole ton of things going on. Like, if you don't get to your payoffs, you kind of just die out, and you need a lot of early interaction with the game, and you need to be able to interact with your opponent, their creatures, their permanents, and Bonecrusher and Brazen are both going to do a very good job at doing so. We're also playing 1 copy of Shadow Skull Smashing, which is worth discussing because I was originally playing 2. It's just an awkward card, but every time I've ever cast it and actually effectively dealt with 2 big threats, it feels really good. So you got to play at least 1. We're also playing 4 copies of Mindstone because we are we're basically is a deck at heart, so we need some ramp and we want to be able to get to our 3 and 4 drops. If we can get to our 4-drop Chandra, then we can get to our 6-drop or 5 drops Goldspan, then we can get to our VELOMACHUS. So it creates a chain of events where we're just basically ramping from one threat into the next. And the best part about it is between Brazen Borrower, Bonecrusher, Chandra, Goldspan, Glorybringer, all the way up to VELOMACHUS, every single one of these cards are just threats, and we stick them, and our opponent has to effectively counter them, deal with them. It just makes it really hard for our opponent. We exhaust the resources while hopefully maintaining our own. Chandra draws us cards as well. Again, Sweltering Suns draws cards. Mindstone is going to replace itself. We are playing a few copies of Brainstorm and the very bottom end. Brainstorm is a trap. I was originally playing 4, but this is not a Brainstorm deck, and honestly, I shouldn't even be playing these 2, but it's just a nice way to kind of like consistently try to find your lands, because even though we are playing 24 lands and we have a decent amount of draw in the deck, for some reason we just flood out a bunch, and we either flood and just draw nothing but lands, or we only ever see like 3 lands and then never draw another land for the rest of the game. And if those 2 things don't happen, this deck is ridiculous, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you can just like not brick on your mana and just play like a decent game of Magic where you get to actually see your cards and stuff, this deck feels almost unbeatable. The whole point of the deck, get to your dragons, take extra turns, beat face. The mana base, we have a mix of basics, Steam Vents, Sulphur Falls. We have some Clifftop Retreats and a playset of Sacred Foundry to be able to effectively cast our VELOMACHUS Lorehold. Most of the deck is red, so that's why most of our mana base is leaning that way. In the sideboard, we have 2 copies of Rest in Peace to deal with graveyards, 2 copies of Rip Apart, 2 copies of Mystical Dispute for some counter wars and stuff. We're actually playing 2 copies of Narset, but the sideboard split it for some reason. 2 copies of Teferi's Protection. If we're going up against like a combo deck, something that just wins the turn, you know, whatever, we can just phase out. So they can't, like, we can't lose to like Grape Shot or something. We can't lose to basically Storm, I guess, really is what this is a good card against. But it's also good against aggro if they're gonna like alpha swing you, buys you a turn. 2 copies of Legion Warboss to bring this in against like control decks just puts a lot of pressure on board really quickly. And if they don't deal with it the turn that you play it, it just kind of snowballs. And that's a really good effect to have against control. 2 copies of Shark Typhoon, also against control, to be able to bring it in, have another win condition against them. It also just creates sharks that at virtually off the stack speed, so your opponent can't really interact with it outside of killing the shark. And that's pretty good against, like, you know, end of their turn, you can cycle it in, kill it to fairy or something. And then to finish off the sideboard, 1 copy of Chandra Awakened Inferno, because it can't be countered, it wipes the board, it's a good finisher for control. And that is Jeskai Dragoons. I hope you guys enjoy this deck. We're going to take this into some best of 3 today. And if you enjoy this content, leave a like on today's video, comment down below, subscribe and ring the bell, please, guys. We're on this road to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000, right? Like, let's do it. With that being said, I'll see you guys on the wrap up. Up against Cliff QQ. We're going to be on the play, which is really good for us. And this hand is obviously a keep. Obviously. See what I mean about the lands, though? Ridiculous. Absolutely stupid. It makes no sense. I hate this game, but I love it at the same time. Man, what do we get rid of? Honestly, it's probably Mindstone. Let's start up with the Clifftop Retreat so we can get it into play, have it untapped. Brazen Borrower off the top is pretty good for us, but I really want Magda, and I want it to live a turn, be able to tap, generate a red. Alright, it's even better. We drew into another red source. We also can use this as a blue source now for the Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I don't mind paying the life here. I imagine that we're up against like a Bant control or some version. Yeah, most likely. So we're gonna cycle the Sweltering Suns. 5 mana. Get in for 2. We get to start this like little snowball with Magda. Start establishing some treasures. Yeah, let's do the plus. Let's do the plus here.
You're going down.
I'm actually not gonna play that. I could have afforded it. I could have afforded it. Is that a word? Afforded? It feels wrong to say that. Regardless, Magda is 3 treasures away from grabbing us an Embercleave, and at that point, the lethal damage is there. Start off with plussing up Chandra. Oh, can't play lands with the plus, unfortunately. I mean, we're in good spot. Like, we honestly just we're kind of just playing Magda beats Doomscar, huh? Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm gonna get a Brazen Borrower in. Use this plus VELOMACHUS. I mean, you know, that's fair. It makes sense. I'm not mad at it. But, I mean, now our deck's kind of, like, in a good spot, because if he has to board wipe again, Doomscar costs 5. Only leaves him with 1 mana if he doesn't have a land. And then he can't effectively deal with the Chandra, which is about to ultimate. Unless he has a Brazen Borrower of his own or something. Approach of the Second Sun. Alright. Well.
Sit back and watch it burn.
We got game 1. What is our opponent like playing? They're playing Approach Bant Control. You win the game, so protection from everything does not give you protection from your opponent winning the game. Permanents that are probably good here is Chandra, Mystical Disputes. I would imagine they're playing draw spells, so Narset's probably good. Kind of like the Legion War bosses. Opponent might be playing like Grafdigger's Cage to stop the Velomachus or something. If that's the case, we'll go down one Velomachus, an Embercleave, go down a Magda. We don't need Shatterskull anymore. I don't think we need Sweltering Suns. They may be playing Nissa, who shakes her Butte. Very possible because it is Bant, and I imagine they're playing Walkers. There's probably Teferi in there. They might have a Narset of their own. Kasmina could also be in the deck, potentially. Not sure how relevant that actually is for them. We'll cut down a Mind Stone. And you know what? We'll actually go down one more Sweltering Suns. It might bite us, but we'll see how their game plan looks, because we didn't really see much out of their library anyway. We don't know what they're truly up to. Ain't that right, Cliffy? Cute. This hand's pretty good. I wish we had a double blue for Narset, though. We're going to keep it, though. We're on the draw. There's a chance we draw into a blue source soon. Maybe not. Glorybringer off the top is pretty decent for us as well. I mean, I guess we just pass. We can hold up our Bone Crusher. Just get some free damage in. Free. Not doing anything else with the mana. Although, I suppose our opponent could counter this. Nah. Not worth it for them, huh? I feel like our opponent's playing... It's probably a Growth Spiral, right? No, they didn't have anything. Okay. I could have played the Bone Crusher to fully utilize the mana, but I kind of wanted Magda in play to just start generating some mana. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Play Bony Boy. See if our opponent wants to Skyclave again. There's the Nissa.
I protect that which cannot protect itself. Behold, nature's true power.
I will take that all day. All day I will take that. Alright, so we're in an awkward spot. I really want to cycle the Sweltering Suns for a land, but I'm going to be greedy. Our opponent's going to have a bunch of mana this turn, which is scary, but they're going to untap a land, attack, hit us for 5. Alright, Nissa doesn't ultimate until 8, so we have one more turn. Assuming they don't have a counterspell, which they probably do. Found our land though, which is really good. I know our opponent has something.
What? My hair is on fire? I know. Time to die.
I mean, maybe Sweltering Suns was the play, just to wipe the board. But our opponent can't find lands forever, and they're gonna keep getting their Nissa.
Elements.
I mean, they're plussing up their creatures, but they're just gonna lose them. We need to kill this Nissa though,
I don't need this.
or at least deal some damage to it. I imagine that they have a counterspell. They're just holding it up. It lives. I mean, that's fair. Take action. Grab that blue. That actually kind of helped us, really. But so our opponent can ultimate their Nissa, and then if they have another Nissa, then that's cool. But see, now we kind of put them in a spot, but we're eating their lands. Sky Boy. Oh, this feels so good, guys. Alright, wait, so 5. Alright, we're gonna have that enter tapped. Opponent has 4 mana. Alright, it's counterspell or bust. They don't have it. Alright, that was really good. Puts her Nissa down to 5. Spell Pierce, though. No! They have... Good game. No! No! Test of talents! QQ! QQ, why? Why QQ? Ah! Alright. That was a really good game. So we know now that we need to keep our angers. Although test of talents. Damn it, QQ. Alright, so bringing in the Shark Typhoons. I think we bring in the Rip Aparts too. Get rid of the War Bosses. They're not good here, really. Narset's probably not good either. Bring in one Teferi's Protection. Let's get out one Bone Crusher Giant. So we're going to be on the play. Yo. This hand is nuts. Jeez. Bottom of Brazen. And we're going to start off with a Steamy Boy. Alright, this hand's not too bad. Turn 3 Chandra is going to put the heat. No, our opponent's got a counterspell, maybe. Test of Talents. Not sure why that would actually be holding that up, though, right? Yep. Nothing, huh? Unreal, man. And this guy, Cleave.
You want to play with fire, huh? Feel the burn.
I mean, I guess I should have played the Chandra first. Into the counterspell.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, opponent. He said no more extra turns for me. Oh. Alright, well, let's get in for 3 and pass it up. We still have our opponent on the back burner. They're missing their land drops. I'm going to sacrifice a Mind Stone. And this is the part where we start flooding out.
Today's my lucky day.
Like I predicted. Literally told you guys right before I started recording. I've been playing this deck for like 2 weeks. For like 2 weeks I've been playing this deck. And it's gone through so many iterations. Like this deck looks nothing like it was before. And it blows my mind. There we go. Like there we go. Some gas. Like I'll take that. Rip Apart's decent. I can do something with that. But yeah, I don't know. Just a baby. I'm just a baby who complains a lot. But I got a Victor. I got Victor. Victor, baby. Alright, up against Bruno. Pow! And he's playing Luris of the Dundurn. Luris of the Dindin. This hand's fine. Magda can get us another red source for the Sweltering Suns, which is fine because we have 2. So even if the turn that we wipe and we have to attack into like a trade or something, we can just Sweltering Suns. Mind Stones also can help us get into VELOMACHUS. Already off to the races. I think we're gonna have to play the Magda here. Village Raids, Sacrifice, draw 2, Stitchers. Stitchers and Snow Basics. So they're playing Frostbite. There's an extra island. Do I want to kill this Dreadhorde Arcanist now? I kind of want to like catch their Luris in the board wipe too. Just be super greedy about it. Play this because treasure goes to 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. See what our opponent mills here. Devil, Claim, another Dreadhorde Arcanist. Let's set it up like this. So we're just kind of ramping, right? We're just ramping. We're cycling our cards. We're going through the Magdas. We're going through the Mind Stones. And we're trying to just... Like, we already have 3, 4, 5. Next turn we'll have 6. If I draw a land, that's 7. We can play VELOMACHUS on the following turn already. That might not seem like super quick, but that's like turn 4 or 5. Roll 5. Turn 5 in an Izzet deck. Not bad. Sweltering Suns with a treasure, though. It's going to eat one of our lands. Hopefully we just find a red source naturally. The opponent's in the tank. Maybe they missed their land drop, which would be really good for us. We can just keep them from really doing anything. That would be ideal. Luris of the Dundun. Hello, Dream Dune. Alright, so opponent just roped us. I don't know exactly why. Maybe they're big babies. They big babies. So to be honest, I'm paying the life. I actually didn't mean to play the life. I meant to say I'm going to attack. But I paid the life. He's probably not going to take this trade. I bet you this is free. Because he probably thinks I have a combat trick. Especially since I just shocked. Or he's just roping me. Is he roping? Is he seriously roping me? Bruno Pao. Bro. Bro. He took the damage. Got him. Mick got him. So we're going to keep this. We're going to keep the mana all open. Right. So we can... I'm not going to Sweltering Suns until he lures us, but we're going to hold up the Brazen Borrower. Stitchy boy. Thoughtseize, Claim, and a land. Yeah, not letting you get a Thoughtseize. You know what? I'm not going to attack with Magda. Yes, I will take an extra turn, though. Get this damage in. Go ahead and play our Mind Stone. I'll attack here. Yeah, let's take an extra turn. Wait, I'm just trying to even think, like, what is our opponent's response? They don't even have any lands or anything to do. Every time I play these songs and just space out, and then I forget, like, I don't know how to, like, transition back to being a content creator from just being a dissociated person spacing out, but I'm sure Bruno didn't mind that I went on that little tangent before I time walked him. I'm pretty sure this is game though, right? Like he's all right. So he's Rakdos. We're just gonna rest in pieces. Rest in pieces behind. We'll get a Chandra in there. Get a Legion War Boss or 2. Cut out a Brazen Borrower. Cut out a Swelter. We'll go down to Mindstone. Hey, got the diamond from Bruno Pao roping me. You know, it sucks too is that like this is gonna be such a crap video, I think, because of that. I'm gonna have to play a third game. Alright, opponents on the play. Up against Badass 0906, first game in Diamond. This hand is weird, but I'll keep it. Double Brainstorm means we have to find something, right? I mean, that's something, right? Found the double red source for the Sweltering Suns. If we're up against a creature deck, we might actually just be okay, because Mindstone is going to ramp us up a little bit, and we're just going to be chilling. Sweltering Suns will keep us clean. That's not really what I want to see, man. I don't want to see you have an engine. Come on, bro. And we're going to be drawing a land next turn, too, huh? Alright, let's just Brainstorm again. It's a little bit better. Still just drawing lands, though. Griffinry makes 2/2s. Oh, Jesus, no. This actually sucks. This is a really good setup for our opponent. This is a really good setup, guys. Because, I mean, no matter how we deal with their board state, they're just going to keep it going. We kind of have to wait till they're, like, close to top deck mode before the Sweltering Suns makes the most impact. And an Authority of the Councils? Gross! Oh my god. This opponent's got, like, just a disgusting setup against us. Our VELOMACHUS comes into play tapped, our Gold Spans. Glorybringer, everything. So we definitely have to bring in the Ripper Parts. They're going to be really good here against all 3 of these. Crested Sun there, huh? Hit him with the oops. Hit him with the oops. Oh, got him. Got him. Oh, QQ, you would have been so proud. QQ. Oh. Same picture every time. Alright, Sweltering Suns. 3, 4, 5, 6. I like Goldspan. We will play it. Every video! I play a dragon, they play a Baneslayer, every time. Every single time. Like, what am I supposed to do against this? Guys, I lose. Frustration. Embercleave still doesn't do shit, though. This has protection from dragons, guys. He might not block it this time, just because he's probably traumatized from the first experience. Even though his Baneslayer has protection. Alright, no, okay. That's fine. I'm dead either way. Fucking Baneslayer Angel, my guy. For real though, homie said Baneslayer. I am so traumatized by Baneslayer Angel, guys. Like, it's every video. Every single video. Go down to Time Warp. And, like, I'm not even mad at our opponent because, I mean, he just coincidentally just happens to have, like, a ton of things that are really good against me. Like, Authority of the Councils is super good in the main board. Just shuts off VELOMACHUS, basically. His hand's pretty good. I like his hand a lot. I don't like that I have to put something back. I'm very greedy. It's probably going to cost me the game, but honestly, I don't think we stand a chance. Rip Apart deals with the Authority of the Councils. I have no way of really dealing with the Crescent Sun Mare outside of that one situation that I don't think our opponent's going to fall for anymore. I'm so bad at Magic. Why didn't I wait? Okay, we got lucky there. I should have waited until the end step. I was very anxious. You know what I'm saying? Getting very punished on mana, but the tempo is real. Alright. Take that damage. We're gonna play Magda, I think. Mm-hmm. I didn't think so. Kind of Brazen. Or I mean our Bone Crusher. Yeah. Let's just get the Mind Stone down. It's permanent mana. Angel of Ability. Shoot. And he has enough life. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty scary. 5. Our opponent's got to know we have Anger or Sweltering Suns, right? Fell for it anyway. Really? He fell for it anyway? I mean, I guess he, like, has to, right? That was really good luck, like, Sweltering Suns. Our opponent, though. Gains a life. Gains a life. Mm-hmm. Let's keep pushing in that damage. Well, Angel Vitality, or Shalai, is pretty good. Voice of Plenty. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I knew I had that. Fairy's Protection. Alright, let's get in for 4. Sulfur Falls, everybody. Okay, well, we have Brazen Borrower, Bone Crusher to deal with Shalai. There's the Crested Sunmare. He's gained 3 life this turn. Shit. Alright, Teferi's Protection saves us. Time Warp potentially wins us the game. If we can find a Time Warp or a VELOMACHUS, we have a chance. Our opponent has gained an absurd amounts of life, though, this entire game. Sure. Mm-hmm. Sweltering Suns does not win us the game. Neither does mine soon. Neither does Sweltering Suns. His horses have indestructible, I forgot. You know, if I had both of the Sweltering Suns, I could have dealt with the situation. But yeah, it's a good game. GG's, I guess. Welcome back to the wrap-up, everybody. If you made it this far, it means you've watched the entire video, and I know this was a long one, so I really appreciate you guys for watching. And if you made it this far and aren't subscribed, please consider doing that. It means a ton, and it shows your support even further. Leave a like on today's video, comment down below, all that good stuff. Today we went 2-1, and the third game was a little disappointing, unfortunately. I couldn't really do much, but second game, dude roped me, so I don't even really count that as a game. Technically, we're like 1-1, right? We're 1-1. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys try this out, because this deck's a lot of fun, and if you do, let me know how it plays for you, because I've had a lot of really just incredibly varied experiences, and I'm trying to figure out how to tune it. I'm sure Draconic Intervention is probably a necessity. You probably want all 4 VELOMACHUS to make the deck just a little bit more consistent. But other than that, I've enjoyed it. I love this deck a lot. I really hope you guys love it too. And super long exposition writing of me just saying I like the deck for the last minute and a half. You really didn't even need to watch any of that. But I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.